Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, Wine Therapy. I am actually not going to be drinking wine tonight. I feel like, with the topic I'm going to talk about, I feel like because it's so fresh, I need to not say too much, and unfortunately, kind of censor some things just out of like respect. I just need to keep it. I feel like level-headed for this episode. And do it sober. So I am not going to drink wine tonight. Um, and I've honestly been really avoiding this and filming again, but I have to get this episode over with in order to continue filming and continuing on with life, I feel like. Um, so that being said, I am single. Yay. Um, Me and my now ex-boyfriend broke up. Almost 2 weeks ago now, just under 2 weeks. And yeah, I figured being that I shared our relationship on here and how it started and how things were going on my podcast, I feel like I need to kind of address that we're not together anymore, which is going to make my content way better. Sorry, but right when, yeah, he dumped me, I'll say it. There, I said it. Exposure therapy. Since literally one of the first things I thought of was okay, good. My content's gonna go back to being normal stuff for me. I feel like I'm a huge advocate for being single and holding a high standard, and I feel like I can actually finally go back to that. So I think it's a good thing. But anyways, so I feel like I'm kind of grieving this relationship and the idea of the life that me and my ex were gonna have together. And it's been confusing, but weirdly okay. I haven't gone through a breakup in I don't even know how long. So I'm kind of surprising myself with how well I'm taking it. And I think a huge part of that is because I knew it had to happen. Um, Literally everything in my body while we were together was telling me to break up with him because I deserved better. I just was having a really hard time walking away from the relationship. And I think that I'm looking back at episodes that I've done about this, I have healing in a healthy relationship. And I kind of laugh at myself now because I'm that wasn't a healthy relationship. I'm sorry, it wasn't at all. And I think I was trying so hard to brainwash myself into believing only the good and ignoring that the bad was really bad because I was just in denial of the truth because it was way too hurtful to think about. And there were so many times that I actually thought about breaking up with him, but I knew that the alternative of being with him was him not being in my life at all. Because when I break up with somebody or whatever, when I'm going through a breakup, I completely remove that person. It's kind of just survival instinct of just okay, I need to close that chapter and move on my own. And it's the only way that I know how to do it, and it works for me. So I can never be friends with an ex. It's just not possible, especially right after. So, anyways, I feel it was really hard for me to think about losing him out of my life because I loved him so much that I couldn't comprehend losing him. And sadly, that kind of made me lose the ability to walk away from the relationship. And I always say, my friendships, my relationships, a boyfriend, when I love somebody, I do not give up on them. I give so many chances out, and I only do that to those that are really close to my heart. I do not do that for anyone else, acquaintances. Sorry, I've had episodes on that too. It's just not a girl's girl. Loyalty has to be earned. And once you get in with me, you're in, and I'm not going anywhere. So I felt like I was really laying out for our relationship and putting in so much, sacrificing so much, and it's because I loved him so much. Fuck. Um, that that was normal for me. I'll do anything to make this work, that's how a relationship is supposed to be. It's because the alternative isn't even fathomable. It's just if you truly love somebody, you can't imagine your life without them. If that means you have to make sacrifices, if that means you have to change things, if that means X, Y, and Z, you have to do them because you can't imagine, you don't want to live a life without that person. That's how I am. I love really deeply once I do love somebody. And so that is why I was having a really hard time during our relationship actually like holding my standard and like walking away from him. Um, which is really sad. But like I didn't know that it like, yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like I knew it was bad when like I wasn't really telling my parents or like my family and like my best friends. Like I wasn't telling them about some of the problems that we were having because I knew that the advice I would give them, like a friend of mine going through the exact same thing that like I went through, I would tell them like break up with him. Like what are we doing here? And like I knew that that was going to be my piece of advice, and I just wasn't ready to come to terms with that. So I wasn't really ready to like talk about it with my friends. And like, of course, that is like the number one fucking red flag of like if you can't tell your friends or family about what's going on, then like he's not the one. Um, but yeah, like I haven't been on this side of things in a really long time. Like I feel like I always tell my friends like, "What? Just go like leave him, blah blah," blah. And I make it sound so easy. And I feel like after living it now, um, I'm realizing how hard that is actually. Is like to get out of a unhealthy relationship that like consumed me. And like, oh God, it was horrible. Like I'm like embarrassed to even talk on here about this because I'm like, I should have broken up with him so fucking long ago. And then to make it even worse, I didn't even break up with him. Knowing I should have, I didn't still. Like he broke up with me. The fuck? Who breaks up with me? Crazy. Um no, I actually think I literally like prayed at night. Um during like arguments or fights or like things that I knew it wasn't supposed to feel like that, like at all. And I like prayed to God, like, give me a sign of what to do here. Cause like, I don't know, like, do I fight for this? Like, is this normal for a relationship? Like, you actually do come across these problems. Is it the distance? I feel like I blame the distance a lot and be like, oh, we won't have these issues when we're not distant, like, blah, blah, blah. But we had these issues regardless of distance or not. Um, and I'll get into it a little bit. But yeah, I feel like I was really brainwashed with like the whole distance thing of like, oh, well, it's just distance that like gives us these problems. And it totally wasn't the distance fault. Um, so yeah, he basically like I think the reason I'm having such a hard time with it is like, even though I was thinking about breaking up with him, we got in another fight where like he fucked up again. Like I can't even fucking tell you how many times I had to forgive him. Like I cannot tell you how many chances I gave him. And then he would do the same thing that he said he's sorry for. And then I'd catch him in lies. Sorry. I'm so mad. All he says is like, I never lie. I never lie. Yeah, you fucking do. I'm sorry. Like if I've caught him in lies, I think common sense. If you're omitting the truth from something, if you're omitting information when telling me, like you are lying, you're intentionally leaving something out. That is a strategy that is calculated and you're lying. How would I trust you? And a lot of okay, so I believe that when you say you're sorry for something, you should never have to say sorry for that same thing again. He would say all the time, like, I'm so sorry. And like, he would sweet talk. And then he'd be like, this is never going to happen again. And I'd give him another chance. Things would be going great. And then guess what? The same fucking thing would happen. And it would be the same thing. So the next time when he would say, I'm so sorry, this is never going to happen again, I kept being like, but you've said that before. Like, we've had this conversation before. So how do I trust that this is never going to happen again, that you're not going to hurt me again? And this became a pattern, like at least once a month in our relationship, at least, like probably once every 3 weeks, where "Oh, I'm sorry, this is never going to happen again." And it got to the point where I was like, nothing you say is going to make this better. And he always would say, okay, well, then, like, let me show you. Give me another chance and, like, give me time and, like, give me grace and I'll show you that, like, I've changed. I'm going to do better. And then guess what? It would fucking happen again. But it would be like 3 weeks where he was like being better and like he wasn't hurting me. And like I would think things are going better. And then when it would happen again, I'm like, okay, it was just a slip up. Like it was this such a toxic fucking pattern that I'm like, how did I not see it when I was in it? And so it's just frustrating that like I didn't see that. And like it just freaks me out now looking back. I'm like, I don't even trust my own judgment because I'm like, how did I even get myself in that situation? Like I have a really good judge on people and like read on people. I see through like toxic behaviors, red flags. Like I see those things. So it freaks me out that like I let this happen and like let it get so bad in our relationship. And I think that's like the worst part of all this. It's just like I don't even trust my judgment anymore. But anyways, so when he like a reason why I'm having such a hard time processing this is yes, even though I was thinking about doing it, I just never was going to have the strength to do it. I needed to do it. And it was like literally breaking me down, my body down, my mind down, like everything about the situation was just like, I know I need to do it, but I can't do it. Like, so I was just being okay and like settling for this like just shitty relationship that was like not good. So thought I was the only one ever thinking about it because I would actually bring it up to him and be like, I don't want to break up with you. And like, here's my thought process. Like, obviously, trying to talk things through. When he broke up with me, I had no fucking idea this was even a thought in his mind. The night before, I was literally crying on the phone with him, and he's like fighting for our relationship. When I was like, nothing you say matters anymore. I don't trust anything that you say because it's not true. Like, if you're saying you're going to change and then you don't, like, your actions aren't matching your words. And like, that is a lie. You're letting me down. It's disappointing. I don't trust you. Like, what else could you be keeping from me? What else could you be this? And it was just like, there was no trust in our relationship. And it wasn't because of any trust issues I've ever had. I actually go into something with full trust in an individual. I've said that on here before. I never go into a relationship and judge the person based off of like what I've heard about their past or like what people say about them. Like, fuck, I would never be dating. I would have never been dating the guy that I was dating because of how shitty people talk about him. Like, but I don't care because I want to get to know him for myself and like in my own perspective. So I don't bring any trust issues into a relationship unless they've given me a reason to not trust them. So when I say there was no trust in our relationship, it is not because like I have trust issues like this and that. Like I probably fucking do now. But going into that relationship, like I gave him my trust, but he kept fucking it up. And then it got to the point where there was no trust that could be built because he built it and then it would crash and burn. Build a little and then crash and burn. That it just was like the most exhausting thing I've ever been through. Um, and it made me feel like I was fucking crazy. So, anyways, when he calls me, like literally the morning that he broke up with me, he's like, "Hey, baby, how are you? Like, hey, love, how'd you sleep, love? Like, nothing concerning, right?" Like, the night before, I was crying, I don't want to break up. And he's like, I don't either. Like, I love you. I want to make this work. Like, oh my God. So when I call him, like, I'm not saying a word because, like, I've already exerted all of my efforts in, like, saving our relationship and trying to see how we can get past another damaging hit to our trust within our relationship. And I'm kind of just waiting for him to speak. And he's like, it was so fucking calculated. I, like, literally stopped him, like, 5 words in. And I was like, wait a second. Like, are you breaking up with me? Like, I didn't believe it. I was like, wait, what the fuck is this little speech, dude? Like, are you trying to break up with me right now? And he was just like, I just think that it's for the best. And I was like in a state of shock because I'm like, wait, like what? Like, I know I was thinking about it, but like, what do you mean? Like, you think we should break up? I almost like hung up on him, but I I didn't, and I'm really glad I didn't. And here's why. I had the craziest crash out. I don't know how long we talked for. I don't know. I think I blacked out. But I knew that if I hung up on him, I'd have so many questions. And I was trying to like find closure and understand where he was coming from. Cause I was just like, wait, what? Like, I was just trying so hard to understand. And I knew that if I just hung up on him, then later I would like overthink and try and figure it out. And then I would like probably try and call him again. And like, I knew that I needed to get it all out now so that I could move on with my life. So I asked so many questions. I was trying to make sense of it. And like, he was just like, I just like think you deserve better. And like, I can't be the man that you deserve right now. And like, I think we have the same goals in life, but I just think we're at different paces to get there. And like, I'm looking at it now where I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. Like, we are at different fucking paces to get there. I think it's absolutely a maturity thing. I think I'm very mature for my age. I'm 23 and I know what I want, and I want a man to act like a fucking man. And I think he really loved the idea of having a relationship and being ready to like literally get married and have a wife and kids. And I don't think he's ready for the responsibilities of that and like the actual commitment of it. And I don't think he was ready. And I don't think he ever fucking did. I don't think he ever prioritized me and our relationship. And I don't think he respected our relationship. And that is why we had the issues that we had, because he made me feel that way the entire time we were in the relationship. So when he's saying these things, I mean, it kind of makes sense now. But in my mind, I'm like, why would you be saying that? Like, it just wasn't adding up. And like, there's reasons for me to believe other things might have been going on. And like, I, I couldn't understand it. I'm just like, wait, what? Like, I had the craziest crash out. I cried. I was like literally throwing photos off the wall into a pile in my room while he was still on FaceTime with me, being like, fuck you. You're everywhere. Like, get out. Like, throwing his shit into a pile. Like, already just like swiping him out of my life. And this is really sad. But our 6 months was coming up. Oh my God. Our 6 months was coming up, and I had this really cute like scrapbook that I had been working on for a month, like literally like an hour a day. I would like work on it while he was out drinking and partying and not calling me. Um, and like, oh my God, I literally poured my soul into that fucking thing. And I put so many hours and money and time into it. And like, I was so excited to give it to him for our 6 months. And I've like, yeah, I was supposed to visit him this weekend. So like, I should be in Texas right now with him, but I like canceled the trip and everything. But anyways, I had this book I was so excited to give to him. Like, I literally poured my heart out into like how much I love him, and like things are hard, but like I want to do this with you and like blah blah blah. And I literally like flipped the fucking camera on FaceTime and I was like, since we're not going to make it to 6 months, I want to see your fucking gift. And he literally was like, please don't, like, please stop. And I like started flipping through when I was just like literally sobbing my eyes out. Flip through every page just like quick. And I was like, if I had to suffer, like, you can fucking suffer and look through this. Like, I spent a lot of time on this, so just look. And I don't know why that hurt so bad for me. Like, yeah. So I like literally the next day I shipped all my shit and I included that book in there because I'm like, I don't want it and I don't want to throw it away because it's like beautiful. So you can have it. And I do hope that one day he goes through it and like realizes how stupid he is. And that, like, yeah, anyways, that was another thing I told him on the phone. I was like, one day I held up the fucking book and I was like, men pray for this. They pray to be loved like this by like a woman like me. That sounds crazy, but like, sorry, it's true. And I told him, I was like, you're going to wake up one day once you've like finally fucking matured and you're going to realize you made the biggest mistake of your life. And when you try and come back to me, you will never have me again in your life. And you're going to have to live with that. So I'll be okay. I know that. But like, you're not going to be one day because you're going to realize how big of a mistake you made, which felt great to say because like it's true. Um, and so when I was still kind of just, we were going in circles because I couldn't understand it. I finally just like kind of I knew it needed to end. I needed kind of like I knew I was never going to understand it. I've decided like none of this is never going to make sense. He was still on the phone being like, I love you, but like I still love you and I still want you in my life. I'm like, fuck you, no. Like, I never want to see you again. I never want to talk to you again. I never want to hear from you again. Like, none of it was real. I literally, in my mind, I'm like, if you could do this to me, like, you never loved me. So don't say those words to me. I was like, you can't sit here and break up with me and say, I love you. No, you don't. You would never do this to me if you loved me. And so it just like hurt that much worse because I'm realizing like our whole relationship, like, I don't think he actually, like, I don't think any of it was real. And he's like, I want you to remember the good. I'm like, you're just saying that to like heal your own guilty conscience. Like, fucking spare me. Like, what? I'm going to remember how I remember it. And it wasn't all that good. So, anyways, I just needed like one punching line that would help me understand it. So I asked him, I was like, okay, well, you're saying you don't want me to be your girlfriend anymore. And then he like took a deep breath and he was like, no, like, I don't want you to be my girlfriend anymore. I was like, okay, there's nothing, there's no going back from that. So I was just like, that was what I needed to hear. And I was like, okay, I have nothing else to say. So like, bye. And so that was kind of it. Um, and like, obviously this is really, really, really fresh. It's been like, literally hasn't even been 2 weeks, but I am really glad he did it because I didn't have the strength to, and it needed to happen. I was like laughing because I went to San Diego right after for Halloween to like visit my best friend. And like, I was just kind of like, you know what? Like, it is kind of a relief to not be worried right now about what he's doing out. Like, it's kind of like, I almost felt like a sense of like peace of just like, I don't have to stress out tonight if I'm going to hear from him or not, if he gets home safe, because he never fucking texts me when he's drinking. He never checks in. I don't hear from him until the next day. And I'm like, are you alive? And I was like, it's kind of nice knowing that that's not my responsibility anymore. Like, he could be out like banging some chick, and I'm like, almost like, and that's okay. Like, he's not mine anymore, and I'm not his. Like, I'm single, and that's okay because this needed to happen. It's not a like fun thought to have, but I actually do believe like that's okay. Almost feel relieved that like we're not together anymore because it wasn't, that relationship wasn't giving me like peace. It was, but of course it was, but it wasn't, it didn't outweigh the like stress and like negative thoughts that that relationship brought on in my life. And so yeah, now I'm just kind of like taking my time, and like I feel like in the past I really avoid going through a breakup and like feeling those things, and like I like either go out all the time or like rebound or like whatever to just like survive. And I'm actually very proud of myself for how I'm handling this. And I am not doing that. Like, I literally stayed in pretty much this whole weekend, and like it was kind of like a heavy weekend knowing that like I am supposed to be like there with him. And like I think that's especially hard because like when I was with him, everything was honestly great. I mean, we had our problems even when I was with him, but like it was okay because like I was with him. So it was kind of like a tough weekend, but like I got a face mask, I bought this new PJ set, like I took care of myself, and like it's nice to remind myself that like I can take care of myself and I don't need him to like be okay. And I do think what I'm learning is that as much as all this makes sense in my brain, being like, it's for the best, like we were never going to work out, like this, and that, like it makes sense in my brain where I'm coming from, where I'm like, it's okay, like I'm actually kind of fine, like it wasn't meant to be, like everything makes sense, but it's almost like my body's still responding to it. And it's like trying to catch up with like my brain, if that makes sense, where, um, I don't know, like I was kind of worried about the first time I'd go out and drink because like I would like totally drunk call him because like duh, he's my boyfriend. So like I was worried that like it would just kind of like hit hard when like I would be drinking and like go to call him, and then I'm like, wait, shit, like I can't call him. He's like not my boyfriend anymore. But like it's been okay. Like I've been okay. I do think it's still like hard, and I don't think I'm hurt because he broke up with me. I think I'm just so hurt that like I didn't feel like he loved me the way that I loved him. And what I mean by that is like, I wasn't asking much of him. I wasn't asking for much change. It wasn't like characteristic changes at all. It was like behaviors that were not great. And I just wanted him to be better. And to me, I'm like, how could you not like prioritize our relationship? How would you do this? Like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me, any of it, because I wanted him to just not hurt me, like be a better man to me and prioritize us. And like, I don't know, I just want him to be better and like change in the better. And I think I'm so hurt that he didn't want to like do that for us, like for me. Like I think that's where like I really had a hard time. Is just like you didn't want to do that for me. Like you don't love me enough to like do those things that like are literally bare minimum. I'm just like it doesn't feel like if you loved me enough then like you would have done those things. And like I think that's why I'm just so sad and like hurt by everything, because it's just like I stayed with him because I saw the potential that he could be and the man that he could be, but like he just couldn't give up certain things to like be that type of man that I needed. And I was just so hurt that like he didn't choose that. Like he didn't choose me. He didn't choose to do these things to like make me happy. Like he, whatever it was between us, it wasn't enough to like for him to kind of get his shit together. And I think that's what hurts the most. Um, but like again, it's okay. Like it's sad, it hurts, and like I'm grieving a relationship, a future that we were supposed to have together. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a breakup. It's not easy, but it makes sense in my mind. It doesn't it needed to happen. It just that never makes it easier. And I think that's what I'm learning is like knowing all this and like I look at that and I'm like, okay, my husband would never fucking do that to me. Like that's bullshit. The right one would never make me feel that way. He would never do that to me. He like all these things. I'm just like being in it is so different and like it's so hard. And like I didn't want to give up and like start over and like yeah, like I know all these things. It makes sense. It was just like it doesn't make it easier to like actually go through the breakups. So, um, I mean, like I have my moments or like I have my days. Like on Friday or no, Saturday? No, Friday. Friday was the day I was supposed to go visit him. And like that was like a really hard day for me. Um, and like I was just, I wasn't like walking around crying everywhere. Like I was fine. It was just more like heavy. And like I felt exhausted all day. Like I was supposed to go out with like a friend from high school who's in town. And we were going to go out to like get drinks. And I literally was just like, I don't feel good. Like I literally felt sick. I was like exhausted. I was nauseous. Like I was just like, my body was responding to the heaviness of that day. Whereas like my brain was like, it's okay. Like it's probably better anyways with the government shut down and traveling. And like, I'm just, it resorts to logic. My brain is like very logical, but my body was not responding that way. And it was kind of taking the hit for like the depth of like that day being the day I was supposed to go see him. Um, so yeah, like I have my moments where it hurts and it's sad. Um, but again, like it's for the best. Like he was not my husband. So I'm glad we didn't wait to find that out until later. And like honestly, I'm glad I didn't have to be the one to do it because like I said, I would not have been able to do it. I would have been weak and probably tried to keep in touch or call him the next week. Like, you know what I mean? Like I needed that to happen. And I do think that like this is gonna like I don't know if this will resonate with some people, but like I am religious, so I'm kind of just like I do think that was God answering my prayers of like, what do I do here? I think he was like, you got to get rid of him, but he knew I didn't have the strength to, so he got rid of him for me. Um, and so like I'm honestly really happy and like relieved, and I think I'm like kind of finding myself again and like becoming the version of myself that I was before him because I kind of lost myself in that relationship, I think. And so I'm really grateful that like honestly it played out how it did. Um and like as much as I sit here and kind of like tarnish our relationship, like we did have a great relationship on when it was good. Like when it was good, it was good. Like it's the most like toxic thing to say, but like when it was bad, it was terrible. But I learned so much. Like I would never undo it. I learned so much from the relationship, what I want, what I don't want in a relationship, and like a boyfriend, and a husband one day. And yeah, like I think it was a great experience. I feel like I avoided dating for so long since like the last heartbreak that I had that I feel a little bit more capable of like, okay, I have so much love to give actually. Like someone's gonna appreciate it one day. It's just he wasn't the one to appreciate that. You know that there is somebody out there that will appreciate it. So that's comforting. So yeah, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best, obviously. Uh I like actually will pray for him. I I care so much about him still and like I want him to succeed in life and be happy and in the meantime, like I want nothing to do with that. Like I'm good. So yeah, it's kind of like a wishing someone the best from a distance, I think is the best way to go about that. You know, it's just like initial come out and say it type of thing. So yeah, I feel like my content's gonna get back on track and being really fucking awesome. I feel like it got boring when I had a boyfriend, if I'm being completely honest. Um, so yeah, I guess that's all. Thank you for listening and stay tuned because now that I've gotten this out of the way, I can kind of get back into my routine and filming and just moving on and kind of just closing that chapter of my life. Well, I love you guys. Bye.